Welcome everybody to the Light in Europe project. Light in Europe examines innovation, human capital tracks and human capital growth through lifelong learning. Today I pose the question how companies can actually facilitate lifelong learning in order to increase their human capital for a competitive advantage. Therefore, I present practical examples, theory and research results on how companies increase human capital to be better off in a competitive work world. How do enterprises increase human capital by facilitating their people's complex problem solving? Complex problem solving is at the core of the Light in Europe project. Complex problem solving defines as a task general and non-routine skill that implies cognitive processes to acquire new knowledge and to apply this new knowledge. How does complex problem solving as a skill set connect to theory and practice in enterprises? Let's have a look on the theory side. In theory, companies gain competitive advantage and increase human capital by offering meaningful learning. Companies that apply meaningful learning offer space to define complex problems that can always occur, especially in changing environments and changing project work. And they also offer open communication to discuss problems and offer opportunities to utilize people's resources. Ongoing mentoring is a standard in companies that apply meaningful learning and make meaningful learning a part of their company culture. In practice, a company that successfully applies the principles of meaningful learning won the Best German Employers Award. What did they make different from other companies? In a nutshell, Germany's best employer offered trainings on the job and followed the principles of cooperative leadership. That means they did communicate openly, and they also utilized resources by taking care of work-life balances of their employees. They also did follow principles of mentoring through and beyond the learning process. Apparently, there can be a fit between theory of meaningful learning and practice, how the winner of the Best German Employers Award reveal. However, these observations are close to the ideal and target the whole culture of an enterprise. And only one company can actually become the best employer. Most hands-on is to consider what enterprises already do for their human capital development and maybe do these measures without even knowing, by offering demanding and complex workplaces that constantly require lifelong learning. Therefore, we asked in Light in Europe, what do employers already do to increase human capital without even noticing? For this purpose, we assessed within 2 years a sample of more than 40 enterprises and 1,100 of their employees in 13 countries. These companies ranged in their field and job arenas. We went to companies in the IT sector, in engineering, and even through agriculture and science. What we observed was that complex problem solving is differently distributed among different sectors of work. We take a closer look here on the IT sector. Information technology employees score the highest in complex problem solving, followed by management people and those in engineering and entrepreneurs. On the other end of the scale are employees in the agriculture and health sector. Health sector included employees mostly in nursing and the administration health sector. What is the difference between employees in IT, engineering and management, apart from those in health and agriculture and administration? People who work in IT and engineering are people who are exposed to technology-rich and technologically complex environments. These are employees who are the top performers in complex problem solving. Of course, it must be said that health and agriculture pose complex problems, but probably in different ways. We can assume that complex working environments require complex problem-solving skills on a daily basis. We can also assume that complex problem-solving is constantly practiced in jobs like engineering and IT, jobs in constantly changing working environments. However, it must be said that employees in the health sector are confronted with problems of another kind, as for example more intersocial and intercultural complex problem solving, in opposition to people working in engineering and IT, who are exposed to problems of a more technological kind, in environments that shift and change software systems and the technology they operate. To sum up, in order to monitor human capital, enterprises should differentiate their job arenas by complex problem-solving demands as a possible criterion of classification. If companies monitor their human capital on the basis of complex problem-solving demands, they are able to allocate and facilitate skills of their employees most efficiently. If you want to find out more about this policy brief entitled "Enterprises are greatly important for lifelong learning activities," visit our website LLLight'in'Europe.com.